Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, this is Dave. This is What's Up Dave, my daily stream where I catch up with my friends on the internet. It's Monday, November, 27? Yep, November 27. It doesn't look like I'm streaming yet, though. Something doesn't seem to be right. Maybe I'll kick on soon. I'll just assume it works. Oh, there it goes. Anyway, it's Monday. This is the first full day that I'm have the house to myself again. My sister was here until Sunday night. My dad left on late Friday night. And so now the house is really empty. It's kind of eerily quiet. But I've been outside of my normal routine for 3 weeks. And I have to remember what I was doing before. So a few things to go over this week, just to get my head back in the game is I'm going to have to open up my Quiver notebook and get the ETP out and all that kind of stuff. But before I get to that, the planning part of things, let me just catch up on other stuff. So the first thing I have here in the chat room, it looks, I thought I made this bigger so it was more readable. It doesn't look like it. Is it bigger? Oh, maybe it is. Actually, I can't read it. Show and tell pictures from Dad's last week visiting. Let's go over those things. If you're just tuning in, my dad was visiting, has been visiting since November 4th. And, we've just been hanging out. He's like almost 90 years old. He says this is the last time he will come to visit the United States. So, it's a little bit sad. But, so we just tried to spend time with him. So this is, one of the things he showed me was like how to do the Chinese brush painting stuff. And so this is an ink slate, and there's some an ink pigment stick that's swirling around with some water in this thing. So he left this here for me to practice with. I'd expressed interest in having like a hand-painted sign from Dad. And so he's going to work on that. So I'm going to have to work on practicing this stuff. I don't think I have any pictures of him actually painting anything, but you can see, what these look like. Here's a picture of him just rinsing the brush. He wants to. Oops. Let's see. I think this is the actual painting. I don't know if I got a whole lot of it. Just how he's loading the brush with pigment. Apparently the pigment's made out of some sort of burned hair or something like that. I'll have to look that up later. And here's a video, I think, of him just actually using a newspaper just to practice the strokes. Push it down and make the stroke like this. Actually, I think I almost threw this piece of paper out, so I need to go get that. I don't have the apps. Let me turn on, make sure the sound is working. No, I don't hear anything now. Or it just stopped. Supposed to be feedback coming from this, but I don't know what's up with that. So, yeah, so it's in this one? Yeah, this is the one that has all the strokes in it. So I'll probably need to take these pages out and preserve them. So I'll put this someplace where I won't lose it, like over there. What else are we looking at here? Let's see, dinners. Here he is, he's cooking some pumpkins. I think I showed that video. These are actually older photos. He made this pumpkin rice. My sister, the tree, hanging up ornaments. There's a picture of my mom, who passed away in 92. So he's hanging up the ornament like way high on the tree. So, some memories. He was happy to see the tree. It was a good time. And then the next day on Thanksgiving morning. What's this? Is this actually what I think it is? Oh, I shut him on my disco lights. So it's my ridiculous like instant party. And then we just test. I think my computer just crashed. Something's wrong here. This video is killing the computer. That was weird. I think we might be back. There's some technical issues. Lightroom crashed my computer, or it forced it to log out. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I was just trying to show some pictures. I'll assume that we're back. And it looks like my keyboard has also died. So I don't know what's going on now. Okay, it's back. Everything just restarting right now. Not sure what's happened. So we did presents with Dad, which he hasn't been like back in the States for Christmas in some time. So we sort of deluged him with presents, and he seemed to have a good time. Then I made a turkey for Thanksgiving, and I used 4 different thermometer probes. I'm using the meter probe here, which is a wireless probe that has both an ambient temperature and internal temperature measurement. And that's what the iPad is monitoring. The green one over here, this is the external temperature, and it's about 320 degrees. The internal temperature is in the breast meat of the turkey, and it's starting at 42 degrees, and the target is 156 degrees because they didn't want to overcook the breast meat. And finally, there were 2 other temperature probes. One was in the stuffing in the center of the bird, and then one was in the thigh meat. So I was monitoring 3 zones plus the ambient oven temperature. And the turkey came out really well. I thought I had a picture of it showing like the graph, which is this. So what I'm doing here is like the green line is the ambient temperature outside. This is from the meter, and then this purple line is the temperature of the breast meat. And so what I'm trying to do is get this to 155 after about 3 or 4 hours without overcooking the outside, and making sure that the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees for at least 30 minutes to kill all the germs. And that worked out, I think, fairly well. Even though the bird's color itself was not so great, I probably should have started this at a higher heat color. You can see it kind of here. The lighting's weird. It's not golden brown, but the meat was not overcooked. It was probably the best turkey I'd made in a while. So that was Dad's visit. You have some videos here, so I'll put this together into some form. The dinner itself. Do I have a picture of the dinner itself? I got a picture of my plate. These are the plates that we had from, that my dad had gotten for my mom back in the 70s, like back when they had green stamps, and so you could collect all these green stamps by visiting the same gas station over and over again, and then you could. Let me make sure. Is it still working? And then you could trade them in for prizes, and one of the prizes was a set of dishes. I'm just checking to make sure the stream is okay. Oops, that's talking to my cousin there. Some work we're doing. Let's go back to Lightroom. And then we're dropping Dad off at the airport. The airport down here. Here he is, bringing back the cello. Looking pretty cheerful. That's a better picture, a little bit blurry. Oops, I shouldn't show pictures of my sister. She'll get mad. Anyway, that's what's been going on with that. What else am I going to talk about? Oh, look, now this time the stream chat loaded at the right size. Okay. Okay, so some new figure acquisitions. That's them. Let me bring this over here. Ooh. Let's go to split view. So I got two new figures. One is Akko from Little Witch Academia. This character I like a lot because she's relentlessly positive, which is what I aspire to be. And I don't know, it's a Nendoroid from the Good Smile Company. Oops, wrong one. So I'm going to open this up at some other time, not today, but it is a pretty cool figure. It has a bunch of different. I don't know if this is showing up. So different poses. It comes with different heads too. Guess we can like look at that. Don't want to ruin the box though. Yeah, so you can see like it has. Oh shit! This stuff was already dropping out. That was a mistake. Just lost something. That's not good. Ooh. Too much junk. Ugh. I'm not sure why that came out. But you know, these are accessories. These are like wands that are inside the thing. There's different arms. There's different heads. This keyboard's in the way. And this was here. This is like the shiny chariot wand that she has. Different heads, different arms. The figure itself is somewhat posable, I think. I've never had one of the Nendoroids before, so I'm not sure really what how they work. But I will, when I have some more time, I will show this off and we'll take a look, a closer look at this in the future. Put this back in here and not ruin it. This goes down like this. Like so. Yep. Okay, and the other figure is another Figma figure to go with the Kirito I have from Sword Art Online 2. This is Sinon, which is the sniper character from that series. And again, it's just a very posable figure. Let's take a quick look at it. It's a little not quite as nice as the Kirito figure. I guess Kirito, since Kirito's the main character, maybe got a little more accessories. You know, but it's the same kind of idea. Let me go to this view. It does come with her Hecate 2 sniper rifle. It looks like it comes with a Glock, well, the automatic Glock. I forget what model that is. That has the extended magazine. And it has what looks like an extra hair piece. Not sure why there is one. I mean, there's an extra head back. Two extra faces. This looks like some sort of gun splat thing, and then the stand is in this thing here. But I think the defining characteristic of this character is like her special sniper rifle, which she has inside the virtual game that they play in the anime. So I got this one because I have the Kirito, which is the other character from the inside that game world. So once I had that one, I says, you know, really I need Sinon too. So I got this one off of eBay. It was about $70, but I'm old and I can eat ice cream for dinner if I want to. So that's the thought that I have for that. You know, let's see. So what else did I have to talk about? Oh yeah, introspective gaming. I'm starting a new... well, I've been wanting to play more games recently, and in particular, I've been wanting to get better at this game called Rainbow Six Siege, which is a tactical first-person shooter. It's become quite popular. I liked it when it came out. It wasn't popular for a while, but I thought the mechanics had a lot of potential. In fact, I thought the mechanics were very good for a shooter. And so I just enjoyed the game just playing by myself with the AI bots, which is a very limited mode because the game itself it's designed for multiplayer, player versus player, and I don't like conflict, so player versus player makes me nervous and sad. But I'm trying to stir up the courage to go online and play against other people. And before I do that, like just to make myself feel better, I've been wanting to practice more at this. So I started, I wasn't sure how to approach this. And, this is maybe my way of just not jumping right in on things. But I started a new playlist that's kind of hidden right now. I'm trying to figure out how to find it now. If I go to videos... Dom says, "Do it!" Yeah, like Dom is the one who's inspiring me to do it because he just jumps in there. He's all chill and he's just doing his thing, and I'm all nervous and shit. But I have this new playlist I'm calling it introspective gaming because if there's anything I am, it's introspective. So I can't even find these damn playlists anymore. How does this work? If I go to my channel and playlists. I don't think it even shows up on this because does it show up on this? I might have to customize the channel a little bit. All playlists, creative playlists. Yeah, so it's this playlist. I guess I can post a link on this in the chat room. So it's me just figuring out how I'm playing this game. I'm going through the training scenarios in this. Where am I going to paste this? I guess I'll paste it here. And so a trigger warning. This is a game where people are shooting other people in the head a lot for entertainment. So if you don't like that idea, I would not advise clicking on this. I just posted a link in the chat if you want to jump into this playlist. But it's just me musing over the mechanics of the game and just trying to figure stuff out. And so I've done 3 sessions. I'm recording them on the PC over here on this. Also getting this fancy new keyboard, like a spin. This is, again, I showed this earlier before. This is that Kinesis Gaming Freestyle Edge keyboard. It splits apart. It's an ergonomic keyboard from Kinesis, which is well known for making these keyboards. This is their first gaming product. I got this when they started their Kickstarter. And the nice thing about it is I have this giant mousing area, and then I can have all my controls on this side. And I very rarely use the keys up here, especially in a first-person shooter. So I've been using that more. I wonder if we could just stack them on top of each other like this, without them. Ooh, that kind of works. But yeah, so that's it. That's what's going on with all those things. So now this is the boring part. This is where, if you don't want to see all the boring planning stuff, this is where you should tune out and go see something else. So to run over what I did, picture some dad. Dad's gone home, back to Taiwan. I actually need to start recording videos for how to use his new Macintosh. Like how do you plug in the HDMI connector, how do you set the display size, things like that. So I'll start using the screencasting rig here to do those videos. I also got 2 new figures, but we'll look at those some other time in detail. Started this new introspective gaming playlist thing where I'm just going to play games and I'm just going to mumble over them about the stuff that I like about them. So it's going to be kind of different content for me. Figure out where that goes. And now I'm going to jump into the planning, which I wasn't exactly looking forward to, but I guess we might as well do it. Because there's stuff to do and not a lot of time to do it. I'm going to be 50 years old soon. Good. I don't know how that happened. What have I done with my life? Good Lord. So anyway, here's my Emergent Task Planner notebook. Is there anything else in here that needs to be looked at? This is an envelope that probably is filled with important stuff. And then over here on the screen, I probably should open my Quiver document. Let's open Quiver. And here is the restart ritual that I had written down, so I know to do it every day. Let's see, let's get rid of this. That's the old one. That's old too. The italic stuff is stuff I was writing. So let's just look at this. My current focus project still is, again, like from 3 weeks ago, it's the blog and Thotomata project. This is the thing that I want to build, this program that I want to build to be my new blogging environment, to replace WordPress. Because WordPress has been irritating me quite a lot recently. And what's irritating about it is, yeah, I mean, it's perfectly fine for building web content, but there's every time you look at WordPress, it's asking you to administrate something else. So you never really get into the mode of like, okay, I can just write things because everything works. No, there's always a security update, or a plugin needs updating, or there's spam, or some hack attempts that you're being warned about. Or it's reminding you to do backups. I mean, it's a horrible environment to be creative in. And it took me a while to realize that this is what was bothering me about it. I don't like opening up WordPress because it just reminds me of all this administrative stuff to do, and I don't write. It's just like, I can't write this because I had to fix this stupid thing that's in the way, because WordPress is like the world's most popular blogging platform, and everyone is trying to hack into it and steal stuff or compromise your website security and so forth. So it's a giant pain in the ass. It's probably better, like, it probably would make more sense to just like pay for hosting, secure WordPress hosting. But I also hate those guys, those people who do that, because I like the control. So the trade-off is I can have control and be responsible for server security, or I give all that stuff up and just focus on writing in a blog format that doesn't really suit my needs. You need the customization ability. Oh, hey, sweetie, cat just made a funny noise. You need the customization ability to be able to format things in the way that you want, or install plugins, or the right code that will modify WordPress in the way that you would like. And I'm pretty fussy about that stuff. So I'm kind of screwed. So dropping WordPress means I won't be as big of a target for these automatic bots that are scanning the web for WordPress sites to attack. And I can build a static HTML website system. And there are static website builder systems that are available. And just get on with doing that. So, if I'm going back, looking back at this, take a breath. I wrote down how to start the planning ritual. Take a breath, then take a minute to observe, then mindfully dismiss other thoughts. It's going to be hard to do while I'm streaming, but let me give it a try. Take a breath. Cat will take a breath with me. Maybe petting the cat will be part of the ritual. He is purring. So, for me, I have to actually put myself in the mode that, okay, nothing really matters for the next 5 minutes. I mean, there's a million things I want to do, or like I'm worried about stuff like getting my healthcare stuff settled before the deadline. Take a breath. Review the GHDR 2017 Best Self. Let me show that screen again. So remember goals and best self principles. Rewrite as necessary. Let's take a look at that. If I can work around this cat. Last month, there was a battle between nihilism and optimism. I want a new expressive website. I want to transform the way I engage with the world. That's incorrect. The cat. Damn it, cat. How do I get anything done? And I want a productivity system that also addresses work-related emotional needs. And by that, I don't mean like wah wah. I mean like I am frustrated with with the lack of progress I'm making. I'm irritated by the terrible system that WordPress is for the stuff I want to do. I want to be able to make stuff of value and of lasting significance. I don't want to just do like crap work. That's what I mean by the emotional need. These are things that I want. These are things that I desire. So, my GHDR prioritized targets, again, this is the website. That was for October. Let's update this for December, because that's coming up. Damn it, the cat's tail is just covering it. He doesn't mean anything, but I am on very, very short tolerance right now for interruptions. Putting old content into a clean, minimal frame, cleaning the knowledge management system. I technically have that stuff solved, so there's nothing left to do but build it. Now, my strategic goals for the year: growing the neat side business. That's selling stuff on Amazon. That sales have dropped 20% over from last year. So there's quite a bit of work I need to do so I don't see more shrinkage. Develop a system for mind-blowing productive synergy. That's always ongoing. That's really what's happening in the chat room, our co-working chat room. Commit to and successfully reboot the blog. Then these are related to stoicism, de-emotionalizing my reaction to triggers. Seeing it's okay to practice, prioritize mastery, and bill for it, rather than people like saying like, "Oh, I just want cheap and fast and good." You know, so you can't get that cheap, fast, and good. You can get that if you really want something good, then commit some fucking time to it and do it. None of this bullshit like I just wave my hands and something happens. It's okay to use my resources to avoid boredom and isolation. That's self-care. That's important. Getting back into the exercise plan. I fell off the wagon like doing this week, and I also fell off my diet. Expressing joy and being my odd self. There's no need to apologize. To have conviction and liking what I like, there's no need to apologize. Let me make that a mirroring statement here. Close the lingering chapters of my life. Don't regret it. Chimes are changing. Being my best self. Express what I like with unfiltered pleasure. When someone is receptive to listening, do be positive. Don't take things personally. Affirm to myself that I like what I like. Signal with confidence who I am through physical props and expression. Don't react to negative feedback to my expression of what I like. That's an awkward sentence. But there's no need to react. I don't like you. It's like, oh, you don't like what I like. I hate you. Not to have that reaction. But, just accept. Like there's things that I like that other people don't like, and that's fine. It doesn't bother me. If someone gets in my face about it, we'll see. But even then, there's no need to, kind of put up the wall and expend energy in reacting. There was a good video I saw about someone handling bullies in a high school context. If a troll or a bully, they will react to the energy you throw back at them. So not throwing back the energy to them is kind of like the soft style judo move you can do on people. And part of that is just not taking it personally. It's just someone throwing words at you, right? They have no power over you. If they're going to try to beat you up, that may be something different. But if they're just throwing words, maybe test them. And I do spread my attitude about people coming together and sharing what we like. This is about building the community. Try to be a person who creates a safe space where people can be who they are. There's probably a 12th one here, which is do not stand for bullshit that disrupts the vision of my safe space, my safe community space. I think that's important. Maybe it's just the mood I'm in right now. Here's some reminders of being stoic. So I think let's still call that for now. So I've kind of recentered myself now by reviewing what I was considering the elements of being my best self. And now let's look at the ETP, which is this, under the cat's butt. Well, this isn't going to work. Oh, I think this camera is portable. Sorry for all the squeaking noises. How come this isn't working? This is not going down quite as much as I'd hoped. Oh, there we go. All right. Here's the ETP where I last left off. Am I close enough? Let's get a little closer. These were the to-dos. These may have expired. Major products diagram, mega download Patreon video. Those are all things I have yet to do. Why are you looking? Ridiculous cat. This is the diagram I was talking about. Blog conversion to stack page 17. These are all things that maybe I'll put back over here. Last time I updated this was November 10th. And let's just check off these things. So I have working pen over here. Clean the guest room, I did do that. ACA have not done that. Apple Store, we did do that. Updated that newsletter, did look at this. What the hell was that?
Okay, there are 4 apples.
Siri just responded to me saying, Apple Store. Annoying. Did the Groundhog Day resolution, so all that stuff got done. Today is Monday. It's November 27, was it? I think it was 27. It is 12:43. How long have I been streaming? This stream has been going on 25 minutes, but yeah, I think that's about the total. That's shorter than I thought. What I want to do is I need to pick up tickets at 4 p.m. There's dinner at 5 p.m. I'm hanging out with my friend John from college. Dinner at 5 p.m. And then we're going to go see Howl's Moving Castle at 7. So that's kind of like the major thing for the day. Then there's Starbucks with Sid, if he's still available after the stream. There is review ACA plans. If I can get into the site. It's been unreliable in the entire past 3 weeks. I've been trying to get into it. So I might actually have to resort to the phone to get that taken care of. And I think I want to review. Let's make. I probably need to update this list. Let's make this as it's had. Make new to-dos. I'll just make a note over here. I want to make sure that I drop by paper graphics and pay my bills. I want to deposit a check. Okay, where do I deposit this check? Oh yeah, at bank. Looking at this list some more. Personal Style Challenge, Nerd Magazine. There is a group meeting on Wednesday, I think. Is there stuff due? Oh, these checks I need to do. I guess I need to do a line of business review. And what that is just looking at everything that I have going on in terms of income. And that's like the Amazon stuff. That's digital sales. That is, to an extent, Patreon. Just to look at it and just to come up with some idea of model it, maybe? Model the amount of money, model income and expenses. Look at the reports. I want to make a video for Dad on how to use his computer, on using system preferences. In Word, to install that on his computer. And then, of course, there is other projects. I don't know what this is. Password, probably something related to one of Dad's passwords. So I'll put this over here. This one I don't need anymore. And time I got this up around, I started working around 11. I think it's almost 1 o'clock now. $20, $21, $22. So these things, this happens at 4. So I'm going to probably go to Starbucks and do some of this stuff. What can I do at Starbucks? Well, let's see. What is something I can do at Starbucks? Let's review the blog system. And then let's also pick task to do. Okay. All right, so that's kind of where I am right now. Pick task to do is pretty unspecific, but I'll put this into the accountability room in our co-working chat. All right, so that's that. I need to look to see what's in here. What's in this? Oh, these are various projects that are in process, or just project materials. I'll just sort through this later. But that's it for now. I actually had to go to take care of something that looks like it needs addressing. So thanks for watching, and kind of happy to be back in the saddle for getting stuff done. And I'm actually feeling pretty refreshed after Dad's visit and all the family stuff. Feel more grounded. So we'll be more on that tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good week. I think we're done. Let's see, let's shut everything down here. Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo.